Hey everybody, it's me Zach, this is Potato, and welcome back to our channel. Hey everybody, it's me Zach, and I just want to preface and start off right off the bat letting you know that this isn't like a troll video, a parody video, none of those things. I'm coming here, I'm being like 100% serious from the get-go beginning because well, I guess I wouldn't say I feel like I need to say that because I do know that I sometimes come on here and I act over the top serious and silly and things like that. And I just wanted to come on to give some folks some updates. I feel like you might have noticed I haven't really posted as much as I normally do this past week, and that's because there's been a lot of things regarding my health that I've been trying to take care of and figure out and things like that. I don't anticipate this being an overly edited video, so please just forgive me in advance for any like, I don't know, stuttering or stumbling of words or like me saying a lot or like a lot. I try to sometimes edit that stuff out of my normal videos because it's just a natural thing that I do that I've really tried to like stop doing, but for some reason can't. but here we are. So anyways, you might know or be aware that I think at this point it's been almost 2 weeks ago I was playing in a volleyball league that I'm a part of. Yes, it's a gay volleyball league where primarily most of the people are gay. A lot of people ask me like, Zach, why do you have to be in a gay volleyball league? Why wouldn't you want to just be equal with everybody and be in a team with straight people too? That seems unfair. It seems like reverse discrimination, this, that, the other. The whole reason that I enjoy participating in gay sports rec leagues is because I actually did like sports growing up, but it was always a place where like straight boys on my teams were really rude and mean to me and called me names and things like that, and so I didn't really get to enjoy them back then. And now when I enter these leagues, I'm entering a space where like my sexuality isn't a factor and I can just enjoy playing the game, just in case people were wondering about that, because I do bring up gay volleyball, gay softball, and things like that a lot. But anyways, a couple weeks ago in my volleyball league, actually this volleyball season has been a mess altogether, to be honest with you, because the first week, we've only played 2 weeks so far. We had the weekend off last weekend, and in the 2 weeks that we played, the first week I got hit in the face with a volleyball and got a bloody nose, and in the second week, I was going to bump the ball, this movement. Listen, I'm not trying to be suggestive, that's just the movement that it is. But I went to go bump the ball, and when I did, I felt like a sharp pain right here, like right at the bottom of my rib cage, lung area, etc. And my initial thought, well, first of all, it took my breath away, like it knocked the breath out of me. It was very hard to breathe. I was very short of breath. And then second of all, I kind of like, as I went on with the day, because that was like mid-afternoon and I went home and I walked home actually from volleyball that day. And as I went on with my day, it just kind of felt like I maybe pulled a muscle. And the next 2 days, it was really, really painful to the extent that like, I think I canceled maybe a stream, a Twitch stream. Because it was just like, well, I didn't cancel it. I got on stream and y'all who come to my Twitch streams, you were like, Zach, you look like you're in so much pain. Like, please feel free to just log off. And so I did. But after the Monday and Tuesday, I was still feeling some pain, but it was not as intense, not as, I don't want to say not as serious, but definitely not as intense. And so I was able to just like go on with my day. I was still able to film. I was able to do a lot of things. The previous 2 days I like was filming, but my cadence of my voice was really off because I was like trying to like take deep breaths. It was like, again, hard to breathe. It also hurt to laugh, which y'all know I do a lot in videos. It even hurt to like burp, which is maybe TMI, but it was like I had burps and it hurt physically whenever I would burp. And so, like I said, a lot of that got better. I could talk better. I could breathe a little bit better, although still short of breath, like still getting winded. There's a staircase that I have to go up to get to our condo, and like was getting winded going up the stairs and things like that, which I don't normally do. And the worst of it all was that when I would go to bed, that's like when the worst pain happens, and it's still happening. So when I go to bed, I lay down. I can start off in like a comfortable position, but I'm sure a lot of you also relate to this, but like I can't control what my body does in the middle of the night. And so I would find myself waking up in the middle of the night in a position that was just so painful, and this happening every couple of hours. And so I would say for the past nearly 2 weeks, I've gotten really bad sleep. I'm not the best person when I'm tired or feeling sleep deprived, and and so I've also like just been trying to practice patience with myself and the world around me, which has been tough because again I'm sleep deprived. And so last weekend, I had promised people in my real life, and also I even promised people on Twitch. I was like, listen, if I'm still feeling some level of pain by the weekend, I'll reach out and schedule a doctor's appointment. And so I did get a doctor's appointment scheduled, and it was helpful but also scary. So I went to the doctor this past Wednesday, it took up a good chunk of my day, which is why I didn't post any content on Wednesday. I did stream on Twitch, and I talked about this all a little bit there, so if you saw this and this is feeling repetitive, I'm sorry. But I also know that a lot more people watch me on YouTube over here, so I do just want to share. But anyways, the doctor I met with, she had some concerns that like maybe it was more than a pulled muscle, and so she started asking me questions. And a lot of the symptoms that I had her concern that I could have a blood clot in my lungs. So like the shortness of breath, the pain in my chest. It also turns out that like, air travel is something that can cause blood clots. And I had just recently flown to Vegas, as I'm sure some of you are tired of hearing about. And also she asked about my family history, just like health history, and if anybody in my family had problems with blood clots in the past. And I actually have an uncle, a cousin, and then the same cousin's son all have this very specific blood clotting disease that just like makes them naturally more prone to getting blood clots. And so I shared that with her, and so she was a little nervous that I could have a blood clot in my lung. And she wanted to eliminate that as a possibility, so she scheduled me to get a CT scan done, which is, like, I never in my life have had any kind of CT scan, MRI, anything, and now in the past 2 months I've had 2, so that's a lot. I feel like I all of a sudden am, like, becoming hyper aware of my health, and it's kind of scary. And so yesterday I dedicated my day to doing the CT scan. Also, after the last CT scan I had, I was just like incredibly tired and exhausted, and so I just planned, I cleared my whole schedule. I canceled my Twitch stream yesterday, and I just planned to spend the rest of the evening recovering and trying to like not overdo anything and hydrating my body and things like that. So I did get a CT scan yesterday. Thankfully, everything came back crystal clear as far as my lungs go. There's no clots and also nothing else happening in my lungs to suggest that that's what's causing this pain. And so my doctor has returned to just thinking that there must be something wrong with a muscle or like some kind of like nerve ending in that area that must have happened whenever I hit the ball. So that's where we're at. And unfortunately, she said that I could experience this pain for the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is challenging and it feels a little defeating, and also feels a little frustrating to not have a more specific answer. But she has set me up with some pain medicine that should help me get a better night's sleep. Because honestly, truly, the other thing about all of this is that the only parts where I'm feeling like unbearable pain where I can't do inhibiting me or keeping me from, I don't think inhibiting is the word, either way, it's keeping me from being able to do what I need is when I lay down to go to sleep at night. And so one of the pain medicines she prescribed me actually has a side effect of making you sleepy. So hopefully that will help. I've taken it for one night, and spoiler alert, it didn't help last night. But she's also got some other options for me, and we're working through it. And my goal is just to be able to get some rest, because the other part of it is that I wake up in a lot of pain. And so I have to like rest for like the first 2 to 3 hours of my day just so I can like get started in doing anything else for the day. Like I didn't start filming this until about noon, and I've been up since like 7, 8 a.m. my time. Granted, I did take some time to like also eat lunch and things like that, but it's hard to get started. So yeah, so one, I've just been busy with appointments. Two, I haven't really had the most energy in the world. I won't say that like Amberlynn content is low effort by any means, although I'm sure that's subjective, and some of you might think that Amberlynn content is low effort. But I will say like reacting to Amberlynn's content takes less energy from me, because I kind of know what the gig is there. I've done it enough now that like I know what I'm about to get into. I don't have to spend time like teaching y'all about who I'm reacting to and things like that. Whereas if I react to these days just about anybody else that's not Amberlynn, I do feel like I need to put in some like back work of like helping educate y'all about who this person is, why you should care about them, and things like that. And so even when Amberlynn isn't posting, I'm usually trying to post something, but the extra like mental energy and time is like the important piece, right? Like I obviously haven't had time because I've been going to these appointments and things like that, and or like spending half of my day just trying to recover from a bad night of sleep. I just haven't had the time to even mentally try to do anything. And I know you all understand that. Y'all are always very understanding when I can't post or when I'm taking care of myself, and I appreciate that. But I'm mostly sharing just to be transparent about where I'm at, where I've been, and let you all know that I'll continue making content as like I feel able to make it. And also like obviously this is partially my income, and so I do want to like prioritize doing it to the extent that like I feel energized and capable of doing it. But I just wanted to keep you posted and in the loop. I'll also say that I know that anytime anybody on the internet shares about their health or what's going on with their health, that the inclination is to, provide feedback, provide advice, and things like that. And I appreciate that, because I know that comes from a well-meaning place and a good place. And so certainly, like, I guess feel free to share it, but also just know that, like, I am taking all of this very seriously and have been in communication with a doctor and talking to a doctor about it, and figuring out the best course of action and things like that to take care of it and take care of my pain. Because obviously I don't want to feel like this. and I feel fortunate that I have health insurance and access to healthcare providers, and so I am working on it with them, with a team of people who know what all of my symptoms are, all of my health history is, and folks who can assist me in resolving the issue. So I know a lot of people will probably share some feedback and things like that, but please do know, like, don't take offense if, like, I don't respond to it, or if I don't take your suggestions or your advice or things like that, because I really trust the healthcare professionals that I'm working with to make sure that I get taken care of. Sound good? Sound great. So anyways, thanks so much for being here, for coming back, for checking in. I feel like lately I've had a lot of health issues, which is, just so you know, concerning to me. It is something that I worry about and I do take seriously, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm just like not getting any younger. And so I'm going to continue prioritizing my health and well-being, and yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I think that's all I got. So hopefully we can return to some fun, silly, goofy videos and stuff soon. I hope. That's my desire, my plan, my goal. And hopefully that'll be soon. I think I just repeated myself. I don't know. Anyways, I love you all so much. I'm sure this is not somebody's first video, but if it is, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!